go.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to another edition of Split Decision MMA, your weekly MMA podcast brought to you from the SinCal studios here in the 209.
209, right off McHenry. 3117 McHenry.
What?
We're in Suite B.
Is it B?
Yeah, we're Suite B.
Does it go this way or that way?
Either way, A, B, C, A, B, C. It's like when your name's Bob. Can you spell that forward and backwards? Yes. B-O-B.
So we are here to break down the fights that happened last week, the fights that are coming up this week, as well as go over all of the news, all the rumors, all the things in the wide world of mixed martial arts.
Including the great people who add comedy to the MMA world.
This is a great opening story. I am very happy for this. Cody Garbrandt out there getting money from random strangers in the UK.
Under the name Paul Davies.
But it's not Cody Garbrandt. It is this dude, Paul Davies, who also's fake name is Aaron Edwards, whose also's fake name is Cody Garbrandt, former featherweight champion of the world, or for the UFC. This guy cage-fished some people, which has happened to Dennis once or twice. Also known as catfishing,
I never
with an
sent
MMA
money.
twist.
I never sent money.
With an MMA twist.
I just lost time. That's what I lose this time.
This guy in England was putting his picture up as Cody Garbrandt, saying that it was him.
Right.
Saying that he was Anthony Edwards. Is Anthony Edwards an actor?
Aaron Edwards.
Aaron Edwards. Oh, whew.
Anthony Edwards is an actor.
That was almost double.
Well, he would have had to do blackface to do the Anthony Edwards. I'm not saying that this cat wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But
He claimed he was the manager for Audi and lived in a penthouse apartment. He has now been jailed 34 months in prison for 8 counts of fraud for false representation. He began spinning stories, needing money, that his grandfather was sick on Tinder. Basically, it was because he had a gambling addiction.
Oh.
So he was trying to pay that off. Apparently,
so he's good then. He was gambling on this.
He had borrowed 40,000 pounds UK from his parents' retirement fund to help pay for it, and he was able to trick women into sending him over $15K on Tinder.
Conservative estimate is over 16,000.
Yeah.
As you start adding it up, we could get closer to 20.
It's pretty. It looks like he
25,000.
got a lot. Yeah.
And again, this is what women are admitting to losing.
Yeah.
You know, so
They said over 12 months, he told people that a cash machine had swallowed his card and he needed the money to go visit his sick grandfather. That he was being transferred to specialist care. They found out that one victim found out she was the victim of fraud when her friend saw the photograph and was like, that's former bantamweight UFC champion Cody Garbrandt. He's calling you from England?
Yeah, but
saying his name
there
is
was another
Aaron
article
Edwards?
where they had found his real picture and they're like, "You're not this guy," and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not fighting right now, so I'm a little out of shape."
I'm a little out of shape, even though it still looked nothing like Cody Garbrandt.
He's got 150 pounds on Cody Garbrandt.
Maybe 2.
My opinion, allegedly.
Yeah. So we're the real Cody Garbrandt. Please stand up.
Please stand up.
Because it's not this guy.
Yeah, this guy was not hanging with the boys.
He might have been with all that money.
Yeah.
He also once he was confronted by one of the women, he did apologize, and he gave $100 back.
I feel bad.
I'll get you the rest later.
It's what he had in his right pocket.
I'll get you the rest
later. You don't
later.
get the left pocket, but the right pocket, here's 100.
Get you the rest later. UFC 239 fighter Melissa Gatto was pulled from her bout before her fight because she had failed an out-of-competition drug test. They have also tested her B sample. It has been tested positive for a diuretic.
The diuretic thing, I think, needs to be dialed in because we've had a couple of the diuretics turned over because they ended up being a herbal type of thing. So
you're not supposed to be using diuretics to help make weight anyway.
But I mean, coffee's a diuretic.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we had to do the show so quickly last time because Joey had somewhere to go after his lunch.
And I mean, if you ever get that con queso on your chimichanga at the taco truck, that is a diuretic. I'm just saying. And I don't think it's going to show up on a test.
No.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Another fighter was tested positive for an out-of-competition test. This was UFC Contender Series winner Antonio
Spikoley.
After he tested positive for nandrolone, he has been cut from the UFC. So before he even gets to fight,
that's a heavy metal song, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. This is totally an anabolic steroid. They said they're going to try to test his supplements with the UFC, who gave him a contract, immediately terminated his contract, and let him go.
Because he's on the stuff.
Because he's on the stuff. But his team's going to go out for justice. They're going to test his stuff.
No.
Supplements.
Go to Bare Knuckle.
Go to Bare Knuckle.
Go to Risen.
A lot of people going to Bare Knuckle, man.
Go to Bellator.
Rumors flying around about Bare Knuckle, by the way.
1FC.
That Alexander Elmenenko, Fedor's brother,
Right.
has signed or is in the process of signing with BKFC. I reached out to the
For what? For somebody to be murdered?
I reached out to the representative from BKFC. They said that they do
That
not.
doesn't count when you ask him on a link, hey, what's the truth about Emelianenko? That's not reaching out.
No, I reached out and I asked. I said, "Do you have any inside information on this? Is this actually happening?" And he said, "I don't know."
Their inside guy doesn't know?
So from his perspective, it has not happened
Sounds like
yet.
they don't wanna
Although
talk
the internet
about it.
exploded because Alexander is A, been convicted of rape, B, been convicted of murder, and C, has hepatitis.
Oh my goodness. That's a laundry list of stuff. He's the last person you want in BKFC.
I don't think he's going to get licensed in the United States. So unless BKFC is starting a European non-testing,
What if he wears a body condom though?
just a whole rubber suit,
Just you know what I mean? Like a 1 mil maybe.
1 mil,
1 mil suit. Dry suit.
bouncing off. That's hot.
Yeah. Well, like hot, like you're into that?
No.
Or no,
as in
heat-wise?
Heat-wise,
Oh,
very,
okay.
very hot.
All right. Because I was going to go get a dry suit.
Dana White reaching out on Twitter and in interviews this week's clearing up a little bit of information that's been spread around, but this doesn't really clear it up. So is Dana White is
wait
saying,
a minute. Is he walking back or is he walking forward or is he adding to something he said?
Yeah, so Dana White has said that Jon Jones versus Corey Anderson will not be happening because, quote, Corey Anderson has turned around at least 50 fights in the last month, so the answer is no. We will not give him that fight against Jon Jones, even though he's clamoring for it on Twitter. He has also said that if Colby Covington beats Robbie Lawler this weekend, which we'll get to a little bit later in the breakdown, he will be getting the next welterweight shot against Kamaru Usman.
So is this the closest thing to a written confirmation that we have to it? Well, it's still not coming from him.
So they're saying
This is coming from Damon Martin.
Yeah, they're saying this is coming from Damon Martin. This is saying that it's not going to be Jorge Masvidal and it's not going to be Leon Edwards. That it's going to be Colby Covington if he gets the win.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if this is necessarily clearing everything up. He also has said that the winner of the UFC 242, Khabib versus Dustin Poirier to unify the belts, will fight Tony Ferguson, and not Conor McGregor. However, this doesn't make sense to me. Conor McGregor allegedly is in the backup wings if for whatever happens to Khabib or Dustin, he will fight that person for the belt.
This is not unheard of. I mean, just this last weekend we had a guy. We had a guy sit and stand by. I did some research, and we've actually been having guys stand by
For a while.
Yeah.
So they've learned their lessons.
Yeah. So
big fights drop out last minute. They need somebody.
Most of them are told not to discuss it or to talk about it.
And now some guys are talking about it after the fact.
This last weekend, it was leaked. They're still trying to work on their internal problem, but they did have a leaker last week. That's how I found out that we've had these backups for a while now. But I'm just wondering if we've had them for a while. There's been a couple of fights we've lost. Why wasn't, I don't know.
Why it wasn't implemented?
Right.
Yeah. We also have some news. Mackenzie Dern, who took some time off at the beginning of June to have a baby, is coming back.
Yeah.
They're saying she will be back in October 12th, which allegedly is supposed to be San Francisco.
Well, the baby came
talked
out.
about that 2
The
weeks
baby
ago.
came out and tapped a registered nurse in like 7 seconds.
Oh, so she might be fighting too then.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
It's a tag team match.
Allegedly, she will be fighting Amanda Cooper at UFC 224.
So
No, excuse me. That's the fight she already had. Allegedly, she will be fighting Amanda Ribas at the one in October, which is allegedly going to be in San Francisco.
Right.
Take that back. So do you think it's good to have Dern come back so quickly? I mean, Penna just came back from her pregnancy.
Dern and her baby against this girl and Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart don't want anything to do with the UFC. He's got PFL to worry about, man.
Kevin Hart will go wherever you pay him to go. That guy's a money machine.
He was in Stockton not too long ago.
Was he really?
Yeah.
With a huge entourage.
I just know that he was.
Because I'm just telling you, if anything's going to get stolen in Stockton, it's going to be Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's going to get stolen. Him himself. All of Kevin Hart's
going to wake up in a trailer park. Come on, man. Come on.
So do we want to get to the main story that we're talking about this week, or do we want to cover the fight that it applies to first?
Let's cover that, and because we're gonna have a lot to talk about after that.
Okay, so let's jump into
now you're hooked. You gotta wait till the end.
UFC 240. This was on paper not really a great pay-per-view to watch.
No.
According to fans,
No.
we like watching it. We love MMA.
Yeah.
We all watched it. You watched it, right?
No.
No?
I didn't pay for it.
Okay,
I did
but you
watch
watched
it. Yes, I did.
I watched it.
There is a lot of people on Twitter who got away with just like straight streaming it. Not even you had to go to a link.
Just stand there like this.
Yeah.
Just holding the
I don't know how they got away with it, but
tweeting.
And I'm not trying to Brandon Schaub or anything. I didn't see nothing nowhere.
My favorite was the guy who acted like he was on his game channel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that one?
Right.
That was a good one. He has this controller and he's like,
Yeah.
everyone's like, man, he's doing really good against Jon Jones.
Yeah. And he pixelated it a little bit, right?
Yeah. Every once in a while, I was like,
Yeah.
love it. That was good. Just keep doing that. Anyway, moving on. We had on UFC Fight Pass, which you still have, to watch these fights.
No, actually, I got a receipt thing today said there was a billing problem. You know why? Because there's no money in my iTunes account. I got to go put money in there. Wait a minute. We got a question. Aaron Moreau wants to know, what arena is the SF event going to be at?
The Chase Center, the new one that will be opening up for the Warriors. They open that up in September with a Metallica concert. And then the Warriors will be having a preseason game, I believe the weekend or week before. And then allegedly this UFC 12 is supposed to be going down again, UFC October 12th. It's going to be a fight night or an ESPN Plus card at the new Chase Center.
Brand new Chase Center. I know some guys that are building that thing, and the pictures I've seen, it's going to dog the one center. It's going to dog the. But
Yeah.
they had more room.
Well, yeah, they also had San Francisco money, not Sacramento money.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, San Francisco had like Abu Dhabi money. That's what they had. But anyway.
So starting off on Fight Pass, Eric Koch gets the win over Kyle Stewart. Gillian Robertson gets the win over Sarah Frota. Moving on to the regular Espen, the real ESPN, not the Ocho.
Will the real ESPN please stand up? Please stand up.
Divison Figueiredo defeated Alejandro Pantoja.
That was actually a great fight.
It was a great fight.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty entertained.
I don't know
by that.
what the total exchange rate was on that, but it was active the whole time.
Gavin Tucker gets the win over Sung Woo Choi. Hakeem Dawodo gets the win over Yoshihiro Hori with the head kick. And then Vivian Araujo gets the win over Alexis Davis. Alexis Davis just hasn't looked the same since she's come back from her pregnancy, which worries me about Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we can't just write them off just because they went and had a kid.
No,
not
at all.
How many kids has Rowdy Beck got? She got like 2 or 3 kids, and she kills people.
Yeah, it's true.
Even though Local's going to kill her when they do fight. But anyway, that's just my deal.
Moving on to the main card, this was on pay-per-view, which you have UFC Plus, and you could pay for this pay-per-view.
I did not.
You went to a friend's house to watch it. Of course you did.
Christoph
Jotko gets the win over Mark Arandre Balut. Armand Tsakarian gets the win over Olivier Abraham Musier. Jeff Neal gets the win over Nico Price. And then Chris Cyborg gets the win over Felicia Spencer in a unanimous decision. And now we have some news to talk about this fight. How did you feel Chris Cyborg did against Felicia Spencer?
I feel at times she struggled.
Why do you think she struggled? Do you think that was Felicia Spencer just being a really game opponent? Or do you feel like Cyborg was being a little tentative?
Yeah.
Because if you look at her...
I'm just saying, I think she sandbagged both her last 2 fights.
When's the last time she got a decision? Let's see. We have Porto. That was her first win. Her 6th fight, she had a decision. She's been TKOing everybody. Holly Holm. And then we get to Holly Holm. So she's TKOing everybody for quite some time. She had the win over Holly Holm back in December of 2017.
But even though that was a decision... She dominated that fight.
Do you feel that? I mean, she did get a unanimous decision win. Did you feel she looked as dominant as she has in the past?
No, but think the level of talent
has come up?
No, I think she's sandbagging.
Or she was playing it safe.
I wouldn't say safe. Nobody wants to get what she ended up 11 stitches in her forehead.
First time she's ever had stitches or a cut in her career.
Right. I mean, nobody wants to get stitches. I'm not saying she set herself up for stitches, but I'm just saying I don't think she went out there and attacked it. She's not getting it on for the UFC. And I mean, after the news we're going to talk about, I mean, this tells you why. She knew what was up.
Yeah, so...
we knew what was up almost a year ago.
Exactly. When we interviewed her and we talked to her about it. She has gone on to say that it's not like it's a secret. We've talked about this before. Many websites have talked about it before. Chris Cyborg and the UFC have had a tumultuous relationship. It's always been back and forth. I don't think the UFC has always wanted to be in the Chris Cyborg business.
I can't say that you can't say that they didn't want her because they made a division for her. But I think it was at the point that they realized that they could make some money off of
But the
it.
reason that they signed her was because the fans were constantly pressuring to have her fight Ronda Rousey at the time. Ronda Rousey was 135 pounds. Now, I will say that Ronda Rousey had the clout at the time. She was the champion. She was a company woman.
Right.
Ronda Rousey told Cyborg she needs to come down to my weight. I'm the champ. I don't go up.
Right.
She didn't want to do that, which is fine. She's able to do that because she is the champion. So the UFC negotiated with Chris Cyborg to try to constantly get down to that weight cut until
Almost killing her.
until scientifically she proved that it was not possible for
almost
her
had
and her
kidney
body
failure.
frame.
Almost had kidney failure.
So then they started to slowly build a division for her, but not very many. It was a lot of girls at 135 being asked if they would like to go up to 145 to fight her. They weren't building a division like Bellator has been building a 145 division for quite some time. They've been signing girls at 145 for a while. This is something we talked to her about.
PFL has a 155, right?
This is something we had talked to her about, and she had said, yeah, Bellator looks like they're building a division. Nobody's building a division for me at the UFC. She feels that the UFC, especially pointing out Dana White, has been damaging her brand. Attacking her personally, either in the media or in interviews or anything along those lines, saying bad things about her. Obviously, saying that at one point, calling her Vanderlei Silva in a dress.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
Now, in recent years, he has toned down quite a bit. However, he said that she was scared to fight Amanda Nunes again. That she was going to go to another area for easy fights, that she never wanted to fight Amanda Nunes again. Chris Cyborg, on the other hand, has said, I have been asking for that fight the minute I lost. I wanted a rematch. Right. I've been tweeting, I've been texting, I've been asking for this fight personally. In fact, there was some behind-the-scenes footage that was released just recently where she confronted Dana White.
And so watching that, you can tell he's caught.
Oh, for sure.
You don't understand. When someone starts telling you that,
Dana White tells her, maybe
understand.
you don't understand the negotiations that we've had with your management team. Maybe I don't think someone's telling you the whole story because they're telling us you don't want the fight.
Right.
She's saying, I'm texting you personally telling you I want the fight. I'm tweeting out that I want the fight. I'm not scared to take the fight. You need to stop telling lies. He even says, look, even when you hear me in the media, that's not exactly what I'm doing. Like, he's trying to whisper it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And saying that's not what I was trying to do.
He knows somebody's got a phone, somebody's got a camera.
Yeah. So it's very interesting, these things. She said for her to sign another contract, Dana White said he would only offer her a one-fight contract to fight Amanda Nunes. However, she says the contract that she was offered is 6 fights.
Right.
She says, if I go on and I fight Amanda Nunes, what other fights are out there? What are the 5 fights that they are planning on offering me? Because I can't fight one time a year. Everybody else gets to fight multiple times. You can't have me fight one time a year.
But Dana did say if we sign you, we pay you for 3 fights.
At some point, he has said that. I don't know her personal.
If that's what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know her personal contract negotiations. This is what she says. She also says, I want an apology. I want an apology from him and Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan has also made disparaging comments. Now, back when those comments originally had happened, Joe Rogan, this was back in 2015, after, I'm trying to remember when this is at, I think UFC 194, somewhere around the lines, he has said that he has apologized in public. Chris Cyborg says, Joe Rogan's only apologized to me in person. He's never apologized publicly, and I think he needs to do so. Joe Rogan actually has apologized in an interview with Steph Daniels from Bloody Elbow, that he says, look, if I had to do it again, I absolutely would not have made the joke. It was in a context about asking Dana White if he wanted to do a roasting fighters segment for Fight Pass. The reasons I said this is because we should do it with Tony Hinchcliffe, which is one of Joe Rogan's friends.
Right.
He is hilarious, and he's one of the best roast writers and performers out there. Basically, he was trying to create content for the UFC, and he said we had a couple drinks, we were joking around, and I said, you should roast Cyborg. Dana says, I don't even know where you would start, and I said something about her dick. However, he does say that he would like to apologize for that statement. He said, when I should not have said it, but it's what you say when you're hanging around with a bunch of comedians, and I had a couple drinks. It was a dumb thing to do, and I certainly didn't mean any malice. I honestly didn't. Tony had elaborated on it, and we kept going deeper with it. That's what you do in a roast. However, she did not ask to be roasted. It is not her fault. It was in the context of what we were talking about, however, and I still shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have said it, and I do feel bad because I do not want to hurt any of her feelings. Anyway, I did not mean to start any static with her or anything like that. I hope she accepts my apology. It is my fault, and I take full responsibility.
Right, and
so
like
Joe Rogan has gone on and said he's done. He's apologized.
He's like I said earlier. We have carbon tax.
He's paid his joke tax.
He's paid his joke
tax. He apologized.
He
100%.
came out. I mean, what else do you?
Dana White,
what else do you
however,
want
has
the
not
guy to do?
apologized.
He's not going to.
No, well, no, and we'll get to that here
How do
quickly.
you say it? Sometimes you have to accept the apology
You're never going to get. Yeah. And she said, we're also going to have to fix some of the money issues. He's going to have to apologize. He has a family, he has kids, and I think if he wants to be honest, he's supposed to do this. He's supposed to know. I don't know if he has a heart, but he's affecting the people around me. My daughter has been bullied. I have been bullied. I need this apology from them. So we'll see. So, however, as of 40...
Wait, let me just stop right here. Can you name one champion that hasn't had this type of treatment?
Conor McGregor.
Knock it off. Everybody's attacked Conor McGregor.
Not Dana White.
Well, I don't care about Dana
I thought you
White.
were talking about Dana
I'm just
White.
talking about a champion. Once you become a champion, how many people come out of the woodwork and start trying to chop out the base of the champion?
Yeah, but...
I mean, even little Demetrius.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you're on top, there's haters.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
There's haters. There's people that say that nobody listens to this podcast. We have 3 people listening right now.
Yeah. Who aren't cloaked or have their VPN to where we can't tell that they're listening. And yeah,
haters are out there.
And I know you people who are using the VPN, so you don't think I know you're watching, but I know you're watching.
Haters are out there. I mean, when you get to the top, haters are out there.
Right.
For sure.
So you know what I'm saying? So she's not the
However,
only
she
person.
is being a little more bullied than, it's not somebody saying, oh, she's a boring fighter.
Well, look
It's
at all
not
the bad
saying-
things people say about Jon Jones.
And
most of it's true.
Yeah, right? I mean, so I will agree with her. I mean, it has the jokes that have been made by Dana White and others have always been, that's a man, she's a dude, she has a dick. They happen. I'm not saying that they're right. You know what I mean?
What about Holly Holm? They started saying things about that's a wiener, remember, and whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's just, I don't know what it is. MMA fans don't care. I think more casual fans seem to be like, they don't like girls fighting. And so they'll come out and say that dude looks like a dude.
I think anybody who has the opportunity to make a joke, whether it's good or bad,
will make it.
And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong.
No, yeah.
But
so anyway, as of today, now we're at almost an hour ago, Chris Cyborg will not be signing with UFC. We know she was on her last fight contract.
Right.
It shocked us a year ago. She talked about possibly testing the waters and fighting in Bellator when her contract was up. That's been the talk of the town this whole week leading up to this fight. This is their last fight. She said, give me the Amanda Nunes fight, and I need some assurance there's going to be other fights after that. Dana White said, I'll give you the Amanda Nunes fight, but that's the only fight we'll give you, a one fight. However, now, as of today, Dana White released an interview just an hour or so ago that Cyborg is now free and clear to sign with any other promotion. He is waiving her 3-month negotiating period with the UFC. He said, after all the other bullshit that she's been putting out there, again, trying to avoid fighting Amanda Nunes, message received, I get it, I'm going to release her from her contract. I will not match offers. She is free and clear to go to Bellator or any other organization and fight easy fights that she wants. Done. It's a done deal. I am literally...
Why has he got to add that, the easy fights thing?
I will literally today have my lawyer draft a letter to her team telling her that she is free and clear. We are out of the Cyborg business.
Man, he's so
Of course
upset.
he's going to... They always say something on the way out. Oh, they just want to go somewhere where it's easy.
Right.
They don't want to take on the competition that's here in the UFC.
Right.
Or they weren't really that good anyway.
When, like I told you,
they weren't really that good anyway.
We heard all she really wanted, besides the one fight deal, was equal money.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, she's been around longer than Amanda Nunes and deserves that equal money.
For sure. He says, I do not have a horrible relationship with Cyborg. Things were said before she came to the UFC, and we think we've covered that with her, and I've put that stuff behind us. But the stuff that's being said now when I was in the gym yesterday by Outside Lines is absolutely ridiculous and is completely taken out of context.
So there's another group that won't be getting credentials.
Yeah, so he said he's never...
Can't silence everybody, Dana.
He said he's closed out his comments by saying that he has never attempted to bully Cyborg, and he has believed that whatever bad blood they had was settled long before she was offered even a contract. I've never came out and bullied or said anything about her. I was asked a question by the media. Now for the hacks to throw up this 15-second clip out of context after we've talked about this. before she came to the UFC. Let's not forget we signed her in 2015 to a deal with Invicta and then brought her here. It's 2019. What's the narrative? Where is this coming from? It's an absolute smokescreen for her not to fight Amanda Nunes. Whatever the case may be, she is now free to join another promotion. I do not hate her. I'm not trying to destroy her. All this craziness that she's talking. I've dealt with many fighters, people like I didn't even like Tito. And Tito doesn't like me either, but we did it, and we still got fights done. We still do business.
Dana's my bitch.
Yeah. Pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, no more.
It's not that crazy.
How far along do we get this before she does sign a contract? Are you saying tomorrow? Monday? How long before she signs with somebody?
I think she signs with Scott by next Friday.
By next Friday? You don't think it's sooner?
No.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see if next week we have a story for you where she's signing.
Financially prudent-wise, I don't think it would be smart to do anything over the weekend.
All right.
I would let them think about it because to me, I mean, this whole statement's pretty hot-headed.
Oh, yeah. Joe Rogan also trying to prove that he is a nice guy. He has offered to pay for Miriam Nakimoto's medical expenses to help her make her comeback. She last fought December of 2013 when she had an injury against Lauren Murphy for the bantamweight title in Invicta. She has been on a long, hard road to recovery.
So she's going to get surgery and a lifetime supply of DMT?
Just Alpha Brain.
Okay, just
Alpha Brain. Yeah, so she has been trying to get surgery on her knee. Joe Rogan has offered to pay for her entire surgery, make sure she gets on her way back to recovery. I believe
this is not the first time that Joe Rogan's come to the aid of a fighter. Go look it up.
And then, of course, back to your card, Max Holloway defends his featherweight title against Frankie Edgar in a unanimous decision. In my opinion, what a dominant performance by Max Holloway. Max Holloway proving he is the featherweight king.
Yep.
I talked to a couple people.
But he also took the Jon Jones stance. He wasn't trying to kill Frankie. He was just making...
he was still pretty dominant.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
He wasn't sandbagging.
Right. No. No, but I wouldn't say...
And I wouldn't say he was playing it safe, overly safe.
You know what I'm saying?
He was making sure.
It's a totally different role. Max wasn't trying to take a belt from Frankie.
Correct. I talked to a couple friends about this over the weekend, and some family members who are into MMA. Let me ask you, Max Holloway comes out at the end of this and says, I am not the greatest of all time. I am not the featherweight GOAT yet. Yes. He still gives that title to Jose Aldo.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
What will it take for him to overcome that? 2 more fights?
No, 10 years. 10 years of dominance.
You have to look at 10
years of dominance.
But you have to look at this. I don't
have to look at nothing. I have to look at 10 years of dominance.
Let me hear me out. For the one time that I semi-agree with Chael Sonnen when he said this, the amount of competition and level of competition has gone up.
Uh-huh.
So fighting tougher guys now equals some tougher guys later.
Right. You're right. I'll prorate that.
So
carry the 3.
If you look at
16,
Max Holloway,
7.5 years of dominance.
Okay, hold on. He is currently on 5.
Okay.
And this is what I'm saying.
So 2.5 more years.
This is what I'm saying. He has defended his belt. He is on a undefeated streak. I don't count his loss to Dustin Poirier at 155 because that's not the division we're talking about. We're talking about at 145. He has been pretty dominant. He has not lost a fight since 2014. We're at 5 years. He's defended the belt 5 times. I think if he fights Volkanovski and possibly Zabit, the Zabist, put those 2 wins underneath him, he can take the crown from Aldo, especially because he's defeated Aldo twice. Do you not agree with that?
I agree with that. So I hope this appears that we're still transmitting. We are.
We're back.
We've lost complete control of the computer.
Uh-oh.
But we're still transmitting.
Did the guys who get My MMA News Facebook
Shut up. That's what I was praying. I hope we don't get hacked. I think we finally got hacked.
They're getting mad at us?
Yeah.
I think Max Holloway
If we get hacked, we know who did it now.
I think if Max Holloway defeats Alexander Volkanovski and defeats Zabist or even Korean Zombie, I would throw in there. 2 more guys at the top of the division. I will say he will take the title from Jose Aldo for greatest of all time at featherweight. At featherweight. Are you about to unplug everything? Are we fire selling?
No. Well, I'm just thinking at some point I'm going to have to try to figure out how to
stop the show?
How to stop the show. Because we have no control of anything.
Unplug.
But you think we'll lose everything?
I don't know.
God damn
Hopefully
it.
you guys can help us. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
So that was your UFC 240 card. Now we can jump into. Do you want to recap real quick the the ONE FC card, or do you want to just go into the new ones here? Let's go into one.
Okay.
ONE FC happened this morning.
I'm sorry, I'm just so
Frazzled. ONE FC happened this morning. This was the card that Demetrius Johnson and Eddie Alvarez fought on. Eddie Alvarez got his win in the lightweight division, defeating former champion Edward Folaliang with a submission rear naked choke. So Eddie back in the win column, still moving through the lightweight Grand Prix. Pretty awesome. Demetrius Johnson also gets his win, making it through the flyweight Grand Prix semifinals. For your Muay Thai Championship, Rotatang Jitamanung won, as well as Martin Nugent is now the featherweight champ for ONE. Pretty cool there. I'm very happy with that. PFL 6 will go down next Thursday, August 8th. This will be the last PFL card
for the regular season.
And then we will move into...
So this makes 2 years?
I mean, we're coming up on 2. They haven't finished yet.
This is 2.
Yeah.
All right.
You're getting there.
All right.
You almost got it. I mean, we both beat Joey. You're going to probably beat me unless they just shut down next year.
Shut up.
And they decide, it's not worth it.
Yeah. It's like me. I'm always 2 numbers off from the Powerball.
This will be on ESPN Plus, and the prelims on ESPN Plus too. Satoshi Aishi, Jared Ralshaw on this card. You also got from NCR Barroso and Vinny Magalish on this card. Again, pretty good card for PFL. Check it out on the ESPN Plus. On regular ESPN this weekend, we got a very big card.
You know what I do like about being on the regular ESPN card? I can watch it anywhere. Especially with my Hulu Live account.
Yep, I love it.
I love it.
Love it.
If you're from a Hulu and you're thinking about sponsoring some people.
We love Hulu. I have Hulu. He has Hulu.
Yes.
We would love to have Hulu.
And I've had a Hulu Hoop
for a long time.
Life.
Yeah. For a long time, yeah.
There you go.
On your prelims, ESPN, women's flyweight division, you got Miranda Granger going up against Hannah Goldie. Claudio Silva going up against Cole Williams, who missed weight. It is now a catch weight at 176. Lauren Murphy going against Mara Romero Barella. Jordan Espinoza against Matt Schnell. Antonio Shevchenko 2.
Yeah. That's the little sister, right?
Little sister going up against Luz Pilidovia.
Even though my money's on Pudilova.
And Mickey Gall looking to make a comeback against Salim Tohari. Please, Mickey Gall, please be prepared for this fight. Yes. We like you, man.
Yes.
We like you. Stop slacking off.
Yeah.
Or hanging out and
quit
collecting
banging
that UFC
all them
money.
chicks for 3 days prior to your fights. Allegedly. You stud.
Yeah, right? Darko Stoskis going up against Kennedy Neshawu. This is on the main card, still on the regular Espen. Scott Holtzman going up against Dong Hung Ma, who also missed weight. This is now a catch weight, 158. Trevin Giles going up against Gerald Mishkart. Joaquim Silva going up against Nasarat Haparakasat. And Jim Miller going up against Clay Guida. You excited for that?
Yeah. I mean,
it's a nice co-main.
Not for Clay, but Jim's always laying it down. Clay's been like back and forth.
I feel like these guys have already fought. Or did he fight his brother? I'm going to scroll through this real quick. You ready?
Yep.
Geez, God damn, Clay Guida's had a lot
Somebody
of
gave us some angry faces. I don't know who did that. That was not nice. Again, I can't control anything. I don't know what's going on. I feel so hopeless. I don't want to delete the episode. Then all I'll have is the audio.
How has Clay Guida not fought a Miller brother? I could have swore he fought a Miller brother.
Look how many people he's fought.
I know. That's what I said. He's got a lot of fights.
68, 3-3.
Eric, if you're watching or you're watching later, I know you're friends with the Miller brothers. Let me know if Clay Guida's ever fought one of them. I just can't find it.
Yeah, even if it was in a parking lot at one of your bars.
Or maybe they're friends and they don't fight. They're getting angry faces?
Yeah, somebody threw some angry faces.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right.
And then also Colby Covington in your main event against Robbie Lawler. Again, if Colby Covington wins this fight, allegedly, according to Dana White, he will be getting a title shot against Kamaru Usman, who they've already had some beef in a casino.
Right.
In a lobby, on Twitter. Colby Covington still going full cringe mode, showing up with porn stars out of a Rolls Royce with his MAGA hat.
In front of a bunch of kids.
In front of whoever was out in front of the...
No, he brought him up on the workout, too.
Yeah, I know. But originally he showed up to the hotel that way,
That's some
taking
poor taste.
pictures with them.
Poor taste in my
Colby
opinion.
Covington trying to prove that he hangs out with hot women all the time, even though he just pays them
All
as soon
he's
as he gets there?
proven, and my wife even told me this, she's like, his wang just must be so tiny.
You know what I figured out? He's pulling the old school Godfather trick from WWE.
Oh.
The guy who was his gimmick was he was a pimp
the hoe
and he
train?
had the hoe train and basically he would just show up to the local strip club.
He just can't say it because he don't want to have to pay royalty.
They would just show up to the local strip club and be like, yo, I will pay you whatever you make tonight to just stand around me tomorrow. And he just picks out 2 strippers or porn stars and they just walk around with them. And that's what they do. And then they go back to their normal day job. Because it's never the same girl twice. And you know you're not doing anything with them.
No.
You had porn stars call you out and say that it was all fake anyway.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, who do you got? Colby Covington or Robbie Lawler?
Colby, I'm going to take...
Who do you want to win?
I want Colby to win.
Why?
Because I want him to get to a point where someone just... I want Robbie to beat the shit out of him.
Thank you.
But I want him to get up to a point where like he feels like he's going to win and then someone just wrecks him.
Yeah. Do you feel Robbie Lawler, A, has heavy enough hands to knock him out?
Yes.
Do you feel that his defensive wrestling is enough to stuff the takedowns? Robbie Lawler's done pretty decently recently against wrestlers.
Let me hit you with a question.
He used to have the sprawling brawl,
Who should be more upset that they're on a free card? Robbie Lawler or Colby Covington?
You make money when you're on ESPN. ESPN Plus, I'd be upset. ESPN, you're making money. That's national TV.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're making pay-per-view money,
points,
but you're making national TV money, which is still money.
Okay.
I thought Robbie Lawler was doing great against Ben Askren until the bullshit that happened. So the defensive wrestling I'm still okay with.
Well, I thought Ben Askren was doing good against Masvidal until it started. Excuse me.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm definitely going for Robbie Lawler. I hope Colby Covington gets his face smashed in. He is Captain Cringe. Nobody likes Robbie Lawler now.
Right.
Or excuse me, nobody likes Colby Covington now. So
right.
I'll be definitely going for Robbie Lawler. However, Colby's got a decent grinding wrestling game.
All right, I'm going to try something real quick.
And definitely could win this. We are it. That's it. That's the show today. So hopefully we're able to turn this off at some point. We are brought to you by Dependable Solutions. Unlike our internet, they are dependable at making sure you get up to 70%.
It's not our internet. This is actually the computer.
Off your credit card taking business. We are also brought to you by Walkie Craft. Get yourself a man card, a nice, beautiful bottle opener with a set of rules to make sure you are a real man. And as always, SinCal Industries here in Central Valley, Modesto, California. Piercings, tattoos, stickers, T-shirts, anything you need done, they will take care of you. That is it. We are going to try to sign off and have a good night. We will see you at the fights.
No dice. We're still here. I don't know how long
we're still stuck with us.
Later. Figured it out.